Well, it is a weathered Wednesday, the natural outcome of Super Tuesday. It is Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody slept well. Well, first of all, I would like to start by saying a huge, blood, sweat, and tear-filled congratulations to Mr. Donald J. Trump. He successfully secured re-election last night. And I believe that is a presidential record because I don't think anybody's ever won re-election 6 months before election day. So I gotta give the man credit. I mean, look, the bad news is, he is going to win re-election. But hey, the good news is at least poor people won't have health care for at least another 4 years. Now let me tell you guys, I'm going to use my Nostradamus powers to tell you what happens next. This is the part where the Biden coalition and the rest of the Democratic Party come and they kiss our ass and they try to scare us with Trump. And we tell them fuck off. Biden loses and we get 4 more years of Trump. And you know what? That's okay. Let me tell you why. Because it's okay to want things with your politics. It's okay to want results. It's okay to want policy submitted. It's okay to want hearings on government scandals, which you don't even hardly hear about anymore. That dog and pony impeachment bullshit. It was never going to go anywhere. You've already galvanized Trump's base. So you already had a mountain to climb anyway. So now you just want somebody with a blue D in front of their name to sit in office and do nothing like Trump is doing? No, I'm sorry. Part of being a progressive is ideas. And when you see that the ideas aren't fresh or that there are no ideas, period, then you divest. And that's one thing that the Democratic Party is going to learn or it's going to be destroyed by. See, in this country, you have 2 choices. You have the Republicans, which is the conservative party, and you have the Democrats, which is everybody else. So that means in the Democrats, you got some conservatives, you got some moderates, whatever the fuck that means. You have some liberals, you have some communists, you have some socialists, you have some progressives, you have some anarchists, you have some atheists, because they're turned off by the religious garbage that goes on the hard right with the Republicans. And that makes the left, or the lack of the right, if you will, a mess in this country. Just because somebody's not a conservative doesn't mean they're a progressive. You see things like that when Joe Biden, a 3-4-time loser, the only reason he is even viewed as a winner is because he was chosen at the bottom of a ticket that won. See, Democrats are win-starved. You see, Republicans have been winning elections they shouldn't win for 20, 30 years now. The Democrats, on the other hand, are losing elections that they should win. It goes back for me to Al Gore. And I know everybody likes to remember Florida, but people forget that Al Gore didn't win Arkansas or Tennessee, which is his home state and the home state of the president he served. If he'd have won both of those states, Florida wouldn't have even mattered. And look at the dirty trickery that was involved too with, okay, so the moderates, like Biden, Buttigieg, and Klobuchar, they drop out and they endorse him. The only other so-called progressive, because for those out there that think Elizabeth Warren is a progressive, I need you all to explain to me how she shitted on the other progressive candidate for the political center. She's still hanging in the race. She's siphoning votes from the only other progressive, Bernie. She's not placed well anywhere, but as I speak right now, she's still in the race. Bloomberg has dropped out, but Warren is still in the race. If this is not a suppression of progressive thought, I don't know what the fuck is. If you are a leftist in this country, you have to abandon the Democratic Party now. I don't know what the next move is, but first, it's the abandonment of the Democratic Party. People have to remember, we have elections, we have presidents, we have offices. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party are not government-sanctioned organizations. They're private organizations with agendas. The Democratic Party wants to win the White House and all of the seats in power it can get, just like the Patriots want to win the Super Bowl every year. Money and endorsements and all this other stuff comes to the team who wins. And in politics, it's pretty much the same way. When you show that you're a politician who could win, then you're going to get fundraising. It's what Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are so great at. Both of them are terrible people on supposedly opposite ends of the political spectrum, but one thing that they both definitely have in common is how rich they've gotten in office versus how rich they were before they got in office. If that doesn't disturb you, you're part of the problem. Now as for the voters, those of you out there that are proud Biden voters that said, hey, well, Bernie Sanders was too this, he's too that. And I know it's not over with yet, but it's over. Let's be real. The Democratic Party has shown their hand. They are once again going to fail to give you a left-wing alternative to the right-wing president that's already there, over-investing in the so-called middle. And my thing about this is you don't know until the election's over, and even then it's up to interpretation. We never get close to 100% voter participation in this country. So when you go out there and you see somebody like Bernie Sanders lose, you can always say, well, yeah, because he didn't cater to the middle. But then when you go out and you see somebody like Hillary Clinton lose, it's like, well, she didn't cater to the left. So when it's all said and done, the election is always going to be decided by, I guess, who didn't show up. And once again, it's kind of open to interpretation, because if you run a centrist candidate, the left is going to be alienated, so they're probably going to stay home. And that's the thing, those same moderates who always seem to be attached to the left, they're always center left. They never seem to take into consideration the threat from the right unless they want to scare you. They'll say, hey man, you don't want Trump to win, do you? It's like, motherfucker, you're a centrist. You're not even scared of Trump like that. You kinda don't like him. But don't sit up here and act like you're pissed off about Trump like I am. I mean, you being a centrist, how am I not to look at you like you may have voted for this motherfucker if maybe the tea leaves came down a certain way? So yeah, I saw a lot of the social media attitude last night was, oh yeah, the Bernie bros needed our help in 2016 and we didn't get it, which is a lie. So now they want our help and they're not going to get it, blah, 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 watch them squirm. Okay, well, now the shoe is back on our foot. Now we get to watch you all squirm and act like your candidate has a chance at winning. And we're going to sit back, we're going to have us a nice big laugh while he falls flat on his fucking face and the country continues to burn. Because that's what we're left with. That is exactly what we're left with. We're left with anarchy. We're left with destruction. We're left with anger, alienation. There's no telling how many young progressives from the age of 18 to 30 right now have been lost for a whole generation. When Obama was running, you had people that never voted in their lives, and then you had people that had voted 30 years prior and had not voted since. Well, that coalition's gone and dried up now. All that hope people felt back in 2008, gone. Obama didn't even deliver on it. So we're still kind of waiting here for all the hope, change, and milk and honey that we were promised 12 years ago. And Obama's doing his part too. I've read plenty of stories of Obama being a backdoor power broker, basically calling the shots of who to endorse and who not to endorse, when to do so, the timing of the endorsement and all that kind of stuff. Because look, he's a winner. He's the Democrat that beat the Republicans twice. So it doesn't matter that his political legacy is complicated. He's won, so he's the guy to listen to. In spite of the fact that I could make you the case, and I will in another video, that the complacency of the Obama era paved the way for the Trump era. Now those of you simpletons who think, well, Trump just racist and that's it. Yeah, but it ain't that simple. Simple people are fucking killing this country right now. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the fucking world, but that's the point. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the world to understand how this works. I think just a mild street education can get you ready for a world in politics, but nobody wants to focus the energy. People want to bicker over bullshit. Well, it's getting real now. And I just think it was funny. Biden was dead in the water, couldn't raise any funds. He wasn't even having any impressive finishes in the primaries. And then one endorsement from an 80-year-old man named James Clyburn enables him to win South Carolina. And it basically galvanizes the entire Southern vote. It's weird because the South seems to run everything in America now. They run the music. It seems like they run our elections. I thought we beat the goddamn Confederacy in the Civil War. So why in the fuck is the southern part of this country still deciding our elections and our fucking politics? It's disgusting. You niggas down there disgust me. 58 fucking % of the black vote in Texas went to Joe fucking Biden. a fucking white guy who says things like, I was a public defender and I worked in the projects. When he goes to address black people, that's the kind of shit he says. This motherfucker is a segregationist with senility. He called his wife his goddamn sister. He called it Super Thursday. Trump is going to obliterate this fucking guy in these debates. Just like he did Hillary. Trump is going to eat this fucking guy alive by talking about how he's a centrist politician who goes back and forth and has been in the system for 50 years and has gotten nothing done. That is a strong line of argument. He defeated Hillary with that shit. On that, I think it was that last debate he and Hillary had, when she goes, I've been in the system fighting for 40 years. And his rebuttal was, and you've got nothing done in 40 years. Not a single remarkable accomplishment. And the crowd popped for that. Because people are sick of these people who have been in the system for 40, 50 years. And at the end of the day, none of you can even tell me what Biden is running on. Beat Trump is not a platform. Running on beating a candidate never wins. Kerry ran on beating Bush back in 2004, and Bush was a pretty unpopular president with that whole Iraq war, Afghanistan, mission accomplished. He was a very vulnerable candidate. But the Democratic Party allowed them to portray a Vietnam vet as a coward, while Bush was protecting Alabama and the Air National Guard from the fucking Viet Cong. Like I said, losing elections is supposed to fucking win. And this is where we're supposed to place our hope to beat Trump. And looking to solely beat Trump, ironically enough, is going to be the main fucking reason why his stupid ass cruises to re-election January of next year. Till next time, from the Gregative Zone, I'm out.